Real Lishman was originally found guilty of murdering his wife by stabbing her 12 times, including once in the heart, and sentenced to 18 years in prison. Before this trial was held, Lishman pleaded guilty to manslaughter and was sentenced to 10 years and 10 months. A successful appeal earlier this month reduced the sentence to 6 years. Together Gibraltar says it has not wanted to comment on this issue before it has had the chance to reflect on it in depth, and says despite the public outcry, it's important that politicians do not undermine public faith in the judiciary by appearing to call into question their decisions, particularly when it's not open to judges to defend themselves. It says it's important that politicians practice a responsible style of politics when commenting on such sensitive issues, and believes if our laws do not do enough to protect our women from violent crime, that's not down to the judiciary, but to the executive. The party, however, questions how there can be such a glaring discrepancy between the Director of Public Prosecution's assertion that the reduced charge of manslaughter was in accordance with the family's wishes, while the family itself has maintained this is entirely untrue. Together Gibraltar asks what led the prosecution to accept a guilty plea to the charge of manslaughter, reducing the time Lishman will have to spend in prison to a third of what he was originally sentenced to serve. It asks what justice is served if the same prosecution who once fought passionately for a man to be found guilty of murder is suddenly satisfied to charge him with manslaughter. And how is it that the DPP claims he was acting in conjunction with the expressed wishes of the family, and the family claim this was never a wish that they had expressed? It welcomes the Attorney General's announcement that the complaint filed by Mrs. Lishman's family with the Admissions and Disciplinary Committee will be dealt with, and hopes that full details of any findings are shared with the public. It says it expects that the full reasoning behind the Attorney General's assessment that he was satisfied that the actions of the DPP in this matter were entirely proper will also be shared with the public. Finally, TG hopes that the government of Gibraltar is willing to look at what steps it can take to ensure that victims of domestic violence are protected.